Hey girl, this is a soft and stretchy practice for those days where you just need a hug, and by hug I mean gentle, intuitive movement. So when you are ready, can you meet me just in a child's pose at the back of your mat? Bring the knees either together or out wide. I like to bring them out wide sometimes and let the belly start to drop down. Let the head be really heavy. Elbows softly bent. Connecting to the breath. Bringing your awareness to the belly. As you start to notice the gentle rise and fall with each breath in and each breath out. Using this breath to encourage the body to be really floppy, really heavy. Feeling the contact of the mat touching against all points of the body. Inviting an equal breath in, equal breath out. Inhale as you start to bring the hands to the knees, elbows bent, allowing the head to be really floppy, maybe even drag it all the way back up as you start to restack shoulders over the hips. Grabbing a hold of the knees, and then can you start to puff the chest forward, eye gaze to the sky. Exhale as you dome, tuck the chin into the chest. So finding a seated cat-cow here, and adding any intuitive complementary shapes. Don't worry what you look like, and start to follow sensations. 2 more like this. Last one here. And slowly coming back to somewhere in the middle. Can you bring your hands to the sky, interlace the fingertips, pressing the palms away from the body but softening the elbows. And then can you start to lean over to the right, dropping the right hand as you continue the stretch. And then grabbing a hold of the hands again, lifting back to the sky, inhale. Exhale as we come over to the left, dropping the left hand as the right hand stays. And interlacing the fingertips, come all the way back to center. Release the hands and bring them behind you. Interlace the fingertips, maybe soft bend through the elbows. But can you just start to lift the chest? Keeping the eye gaze exactly as it is. And if it feels comfortable, start to press the hands back, maybe even knuckles onto the mat. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. And rather than puffing the chest, can you just think slight tuck? And then slightly bring the eye gaze high. Maybe start to straighten the arms, lengthen through the sides of the neck. And allow the throat to open if that feels okay. Bring the chin back down, releasing the hands, and just start to walk the hands forward, finding a 4-point kneel. Can you just shake out the hips and start to rock back and forth? And then can you start to find tabletop position, bringing the hands a little bit higher than your shoulders. Drop the belly, drop the hips, the thighs, chest stays high, and then press back into your child's pose as you exhale. Rolling forward, breathe in, drop the chest, and lift, and then driving the hips, the chest back. giving yourself full permission to move in a way that feels really intuitive. If you have no idea what intuitive movement feels like or looks like, trust the process. Trust that the body knows what to do, and just allow you to drop into the mat. Drop into your breath and see what happens. Last one here. Can you come all the way forward and then just start to lower yourself back down? Bring your hands down by your side. And then can you bring your right heel to your right bottom? Grab a hold of the ankle if that feels okay. Your head can melt, your head can lift. And then start to draw your knees, your inner thighs together, pressing the hip bones down. This is a really nice and gentle way to stretch out through the quads, hips. Without slingshotting, release the hand and the foot. Keep the foot where it is, but just bring the right hand under your shoulder. Now cactus out the left elbow just higher than your shoulder and press the palm down. Using the right hand to press the hips behind you, stack, and bring the right knee to the sky. Finding your shoulder roll or your chest stretch. You can always stack the feet if that feels more comfortable. And play around where your left hand is. So you can bring a little bit higher to take pressure off. And if you imagine like you're standing up against a wall, it's one of those pec stretches. It's just on your back, on your side. Breathing in and staying for your breath out. Coming all the way back to center. Bring the right toe down, bring both hands down by your side. And then can you start to bring your left heel into your hip or your bottom, and then connect the hand somewhere to the ankle or the foot. Draw the knees together, the inner thighs together. And then rather than yanking the foot, can you press more into the hips? So press the hips down or the lower belly down. You might feel a deeper stretch through the front of the quad. Releasing the hand from the foot and bring the left hand under the shoulder. Cactus out the right elbow just higher than the shoulder, keep the palm down. Press into the left hand as you roll into the right, opening through the hips, the shoulders. You can stack the feet or keep the left foot up. Opening through the right shoulder. Maybe sensations come all the way down through the shoulder, the right side body. Inhale as you come back through center. Bringing the left foot down and bring both hands under your shoulders. Start to tuck the toes. Can you bend back into child's pose? Keeping the toes tucked, can you press up into a down dog? You can shorten the stance, play around with it. Inhale, you bend the knees a lot. Exhale, you press the heels long. Inhale, bend the knees, belly and thighs touch. Exhale, press. 2 more like this. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press. Last one here. Inhale, bend. Exhale, you press back and hold. Visualize the hips pressing high to the sky, and can you start to turn the biceps to face forward? So you're framing the face with your biceps. Grounding down into the palms, the finger pads just a little bit more to create length through the back of the legs as well as the spine. Pedaling out the feet. And start to bring your right knee in behind the right wrist. Keeping the left toes tucked. Can you press into the palms, lift the hips, straighten the legs, and then lower the knees, you inhale. Exhale, lift the hips, straighten the legs as much as you can. Inhale as you come back down. So almost like a little pigeon pose, and then you press back up. See if you can press into the right heel, maybe soft bend through the right leg. And this is a really nice stretch that targets through the outer thigh, the IT band, and it can typically be quite tight, so be gentle. Next time you come up, can you hold? Pressing back into the palms, sending the hips to the sky, kind of like a twisted down dog. Inhale as you rebend the front knee, finding your pigeon pose. Untuck the left toes. And finding a shape, whether it's lifted or coming down into the forearms or allowing the head to be really heavy. Breathing in and staying for your breath out. Inhale as you bring your hands to frame the right leg and start to tuck the left toes, pressing into the palms, finding your downward facing dog. And just pedal out the feet, allowing the knees to be really bent here. And extend one leg, bend and extend. Coming into the other side, left knee comes to the back of the wrist, but keep the right toes tucked, so slide the right leg back. Lift the hips, press into the palms, straighten the legs, and then lower back down. Lift the hips, straighten the legs, lower back down. And without judgment, notice how the two sides feel, aiming to give them just as much love, but acknowledging they may be extremely different. Next time you lift the hips, can you hold? Press more into your palms and send the weight back into the heels. One more breath in this shape. Inhale, you rebend the left leg, finding your pigeon pose, untuck the right toes. Either staying up tall or start to come down, maybe to the forearms or maybe the head, connecting to the earth. Full breath in and full breath out. Inhale, bring the hands under the shoulders and press yourself up, coming onto your left glute and just swinging your legs around, bringing maybe your ankles crossed or feet together, and just start to bring the hands facing up, down by your side or onto your thighs. So that tuck of the chin, crown of the head is really tall. Disconnecting from the outside world. Connecting to your internal space, to your breath, to this present moment. Sometimes movement looks different, And it's really important to honor each day as it comes. Acknowledge how you're feeling, and remembering that giving yourself a hug has lots of meanings. So whether it was a class like today, whether it's coming back to your breath, bring the hands to the heart, take a full breath in, sending yourself some love, some gratitude as you breathe out. Give yourself a nice big hug. You can open the eyes. I really hope you got something out of this practice, and I will see you soon. Mwah.